will present the gloves to Ethan and Tom. A round of applause for the two boys. Alright, so all the players in here now get the photograph taken with the family. And then we'll head for the parade. Alright, this is one more round of applause for all the players who turned out today. Remember, a very special man.
No. Who's in for George?
I don't know who's starting. I don't think it's starting. No, the numbers are right.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. Just wanted to send you a quick message on this very special day from all the McGuinnesses here in North Carolina. I know that it's a very lonely day in many respects, but I know that Pat would be very happy today and very honoured today. And I want to congratulate everybody and all the work that they've done, having been following it on WhatsApp. It's been amazing, the work that has been done in terms of the preparations. And I hope everybody has a really, really great day. I know he will be looking down on us today and he would be very, very proud.
Hi guys, sorry I can't be there tonight. I'm sure Gavin's made a great job organising everything and the rest of the family as well. Hope you all have a great night, enjoy the game as well, and a dinner and a few beers, because that's what Pat would have wanted. Sorry I can't be there, I'm at Brentford at the minute here. We just drew 3-3, but I'm there in spirit, as will Pat. Have a great night and enjoy the occasion. Alright, cheers guys. Hi guys, sorry I can't be there.
A huge welcome to Pearse Memorial Park in Kentucky Ardara this evening for this clash of Donegal's All-Ireland winning side of 2012. Locking horns with a side of all-stars selected by the late great Pat Shovelin. Pat, a long lamented friend and colleague of many people here this evening and a stalwart of the Ardara club for many's a long year. This is a team that Pat picked, pairing off with Donegal's All-Ireland winning side of 2012. Some huge names have travelled to Ardara and given of their time here this evening. Among them Conor McManus, who lines out wearing 24. Pádraig Joyce is there with a few extra kilos on, wearing number 22. Stevie McDonald, well, he's gone to hell completely. He's absolutely huge, wearing number 16. You've got Petey Hart at 7. Locking horns later in the year, who knows? A summer of intriguing GAI action awaits. Delighted to be joined on commentary by Ardara clubman and no stranger to followers of Gaelic games in the county, Frank Craig. Well, Frank, what are you looking forward to here this evening?
I'm just looking forward to the array of talent that's on display here, Sean. A who's who of Gaelic football present and the not too distant past here. But again, for Pat Shovelin, it's just a testament to the man he was, the man that we remember and the man we loved. I mean, everybody to a man that has turned up here today that wants to represent and be part of this game. It's just fantastic, and the fact that the weather's held for us too. It's a lovely lovely evening here in Pearse Park, and I just can't wait for this game to start.
Absolutely. Duncan Ely Health Centre emblazoned across the white body jerseys. That's a special souvenir jersey created for this evening, as you see the players march behind the band into the sunshine on the stand side of Pearse Memorial Park. This ground, of course, redeveloped and a wonderful centre of excellence built here for the Gaeltacht Championships of 2015. A summer of horrendous weather on that particular bank holiday weekend. The final postponed for 6 weeks, but this evening the gods have smiled on us, and fitting that the sun should shine for Pat Shovelin on this very special evening when his All-Stars lock horns with the side which he was the goalkeeping coach for in 2012, Jim McGuinness's All-Ireland champions. We have video greetings from Jim and the McGuinness family over in North Carolina, wherever you're tuned into us on YouTube this evening, and I'd say there's a fair chance Jim just might have the laptop on in North Carolina, Frank.
Without a doubt, I'm sure Jim's tuning in, I suppose, with work commitments, and Charlotte, they're looking to pick up results and that there. Jim couldn't be here, but Jim and Pat, so close, speaking to the likes of Dr. Charlie McManus this week, speaking to the likes of Paul Dirk and John McConnell, and obviously the love that Jim and Pat had for each other, the respect that they had for each other, and Jim knew what he was doing bringing Pat in there with that there group too. Pat made such an impact with those players, professionally as a goalkeeping coach, but personally too. I mean, Pat was everybody's friend in that there group, in that Donegal 2011, 2010 on to 2014 before Jim left. They were such a tight, close-knit group, and they're all here today, and they're all wishing to pay respects and celebrate the man that was Pat Shovelin.
I notice a Garda car on its way down here to Pearse Memorial Park. There's some handy overtime obviously going down here this evening in the sign, but we're looking forward to an intriguing battle and a very, very contest. Well, some late changes have been announced to the All-Stars team. Niall Morgan will be in goal. Joe McMahon at full back. Finian Hanley will be on his right in the half back line. Eamon Doherty is going to come into the full back line as well, we're being told. That'll be confirmed in just a few moments. Aaron Kernan, as is his wont, will line out at left half back. Chrissy McCaig on his right, and Eamon Doherty's going to play in two positions because he's also right half back. Dick Clerkin will play in the middle of the park with Brendan Boyle. Petey Hart at 11. Finlay on his right, and Danny Hughes from the Savile Club in down on the left. Inside, just a two-man full forward line, it's going to be Conor McManus and Conor Mortimer, if you don't mind. Mortimer, who walked off the Mayo squad in 2011, just around the time they started to get good in a fit of peak, and since then Mayo haven't really looked back. So that's what you're looking at this evening, ladies and gentlemen. The sun setting here in West Donegal, an absolutely perfect evening for Gaelic games and for an occasion of this nature, and well, everyone's come out to watch this because really this is the Galacticos are in town this evening, Frank, in your own home parish.
Galacticos, surely you're talking about Conor Mortimer there too, that famous Michael Jackson celebration with the jersey over the head. Well, Michael Jackson's not here today, but Michael Jack is down there taking photographs, so maybe we might see Conor paying homage to Michael Jack when he gets a chance.
Well, just about everybody else is in Ardara this evening. It's an incredible lineup if you look through the teams, and we did have the late withdrawal through no fault of their own of Sean Kavanagh, Johnny Doyle, Owen Mulligan and Benny Coulter, but nonetheless you still have household names, names that are familiar in every Gaelic Games household in the country, as Jimmy White, our match official, and he's going to be assisted by two local linesmen, Frank. We didn't go too far for those, Joe Doherty and Martin McShane.
We didn't. The expenses aren't going to be too good for Martin and Joe there, but two experienced officials, and of course Jimmy White from up the road in Killybegs, a very experienced inter-county referee from his days, and of course still refereeing club football here. But we should be interested to see any of those old personal duels do they come back to play, because I know the likes of Eamon Doherty would have seen plenty of cards from Jimmy White in his day, so hopefully Jimmy won't be too sore on some of our boys this afternoon.
Well, it's all shaping up to be a great battle. Down in front of us we have Malachy O'Rourke, the current Monaghan boss, long-suffering Monaghan boss at that, brought them to win a whisker of an All-Ireland final last season. There's David Walsh leaving the field of play. David in the process of getting ready for some radical hip surgery. Damien Diver down there as well, he'll be on the backroom side. There's Barry Dunyan wearing number 7. And we look forward to some involvement from Barry over the course of the evening as well. So as the last instructions are given to both sets of players and they move into position before Aaron Vian is played here in Pearse Memorial Park this evening, this an absolutely lovely celebration of life and a life well lived, and the late Pat Shovelin's memory being honoured and respected here in the most dignified way imaginable in Ardara this evening. Any last thoughts, Frank?
Just looking forward to it, Sean. As we said, there's just a fantastic array of talent out there, and as we said, it's all for Pat Shovelin. It's all to remember Pat and celebrate him, because he was so close and such a special person in everybody's heart. So I just hope this here game does him justice now, and I'm sure he was definitely pulling strings in terms of getting people involved here up above, and fingers crossed we do the man proud with us here. 60 minutes of football.
Where's the winning and losing of tonight's match in your own view?
I'm not too sure, Sean. I would say for a lot of people it's just making sure that hamstrings aren't pulled and that everybody just gets through the 60 minutes, because some of them aren't as young as they used to be.
About the wee man himself.
And with that, we pause momentarily for our on Naveen.
Frank, I will get a half time out. Is there an national anthem? No. We're singing the goals every week.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Pearse Memorial Park, and with that, Jimmy White starts the action. It's the All-Stars selected by our late friend Pat Shovelin against Donegal's All-Ireland winning side of 2012. A couple of guys have wintered quite well in the interim. A few spare tyres are on the midriff there, but we don't hope and anticipate that that will take away from this evening's action and entertainment to any great extent. The weather favourable, conditions absolutely perfect. Malachy O'Rourke in charge of Pat's All-Stars and Declan Bonner at the helm of the All-Ireland champions of 2012. Frantic pace there, moving at real speed is Paul Finlay. He's given it off to his county colleague Clerkin. Clerkin with a wonderful pass. He's picked out Frank McGlynn in the opposing team. And here goes Donegal. Mark McHugh in possession. Forward he moves, 5 on his back. There's an overlapping run. It's Kavanagh. He's listed in your programme and not quite at 19, but that is Rory Kavanagh. And back he goes to Daniel McLaughlin. McElhenney now. And the pace of this game, Frank Craig, will they be able to sustain this pace, do you think, over the course of the 60-70 minutes?
Yeah, it started off pretty slow, Sean, but as we said, we still have 59 and a half minutes left, so things are picking up here.
Eamon McGee with the chance. Eamon with the solo off the right, and he's taken down. The referee's not given a penalty. Crazy! Frank Craig, that's a huge talking point in the first minute. Jimmy White doing what Jimmy White does best, giving no award of a penalty. Madness, absolute madness.
Yeah, I think, to be fair to Jimmy, will not be too sure him yet. I think when Eamon was just about to pull the trigger there, his feet let him down, and I said we'll give Jimmy the benefit of the doubt there.
Here's Michael Jackson's number 1 fan. He didn't get the memo about the white shorts. More left the Mayo panel in 2011. They haven't looked back since. Himself and James Horan wouldn't be that close. Here's Neil McGee. Friendly box in the mouth for Boyle there, as you do. Murphy from Glenswilly wearing 8. Inside to McFadden. He's put on a wee bit of weight, hasn't he, since he quit Dáil football. Lacey forgot the shorts. Inside, real chance for McGrath. Foot block, referees, and for the second time he's given no penalty. Frank, what's going on down there?
Completely biased call there. Paddy McGrath definitely should have been awarded a penalty, and Paddy McGrath should have been allowed to hit it as well.
Paddy McGrath should be off. I mean, that's very reckless what he's up to down there. Rory Kavanagh letting the ball do the work. Normally he used to let Neil Goller do the work a lot as well. And that shot from the flank, that's Stephen Griffin. And Stephen Griffin has opened his account. Fair play, Stephen. 1 on the board for Donegal 2012. Frank, your take on that?
Yeah, nicely off the right peg there by Stephen. Sitting Osman just up the road. As we said, Donegal now 1 in the league. So let's see what the opposition can offer here. In the corner, Mortimer.
Mortimer's got a yard on McGee here. I suspect McGee will put him out over the fence shortly. Mortimer's got away. McGee toying with him. Well, he's had a long season, Eamon McGee. The travails of the Corofin game. Useful ball sent inside. Finlay giving it back. Chance of a shot. Pat's All-Stars are off the mark. That's finally taken. Drilled over the bar. And a very fine score to open the account of Daniel Hughes. And Pat's All-Stars are on the board, Frank.
1-1, yeah, and Paul Durkin here now going to see Paul's distribution. Goes short.
Goes very short indeed. Well, he's back in the county colours. Declan recalling him and giving it to Neil McGee. They've developed a good rapport down through the years. Eamon's available. And Lacey now, his son watching on, and wife here. Ball inside, nicely read.
Not quite the delivery of 2012 to Michael.
No, not quite that move that effectively ended the All-Ireland final in the 7th minute. Here's Finlay, spraying it in once more. And Petey Hart's available. The free has been given, free in, and an opportunity to tag on another score. A score to put them out in front.
I think we'll mark this down. Conor McManus.
I'd say there's a fair chance the Clontibret man. Oh, well, could we have Hawkeye being called for? No, the umpires decided it's McManus. He's travelled a long distance. We better give it. No controversy. McManus has scored, but it was less than convincing, Frank. It was a poor kick, really.
Just about near the top of the post there, but I think he's seen Paddy McGrath as periphery in it, as we know. Connor has a bit of difficulty anytime Paddy McGrath's about.
Oh, more about that anon. There's Eamon Doherty. Jesus, he's gone back aside, hasn't he? I know he's one of your own, but mother of God. Here's Mark McHugh. Wide ball coming up. Mark kicks from the flank, and Mark sends it between the sticks. Levelling score from the Bavin man. Below in Kilcar, a useful score from Mark, and Donegal are back on level terms.
Yeah, brilliant from Mark McHugh there. Of course, Mark has a 12 ball there at Warner, playing a sweep and roll, and still plenty of energy there. Yet Mark's still a young man.
Absolutely. There's Finian Hanley. He's come all the way from Galway, giving it to Clerkin. Clerkin will be annoyed. I'd say that there's a lot of children in here. He doesn't like them at big games. So he said on Twitter, anyway.
I'm stepping up in the corner here to see Dick tweeting as we speak, but he has the phone in the sock.
He might have the phone in the sock, absolutely. Here's McManus, Manzi as they call him, switching to Mortimer. He hasn't dropped it. He shoots just outside from the man from the Shrewl club. Just getting his lines a little fluffed on that occasion, but there'll be better days ahead for him.
Yeah, Conor Mortimer famously, of course, wore that Michael Jackson t-shirt and that celebration that time under in the old jersey. There's no Michael Jackson here today, but I do see Michael Jack over there in the corner taking photos, so maybe we'll see him flashing the Michael Jack in a wee while.
Different style of music, different era as well, as Neil McGee canters from defence. Kavanagh available. The Unions man comes down the far side of the park, looking for options. Murphy provides one. Murphy switching the play outside of the right boot. Beautiful ball. Chrissy McCaig, I don't know what he was at, but McFadden has it. McFadden trying to chip it cheekily inside. McLaughlin can't make hay, and instead Aaron Kernan, wearing the Armagh socks, gives it forward. Here's Boyle. Brendan leading the side to Mortimer. And Mortimer way out. Who in the name of Jesus was that to Frank?
I think he still thinks he's playing on Sligo IT and Neil McGee still his teammate because that's where he passed him there.
That's the second time he's picked out someone in green and gold. Apologies, we're not quite after the watershed. Those of you joining us on Sky. Oh, Murphy, delightful fielding. Off to McHugh, looking for a second of the evening, and so he does. Sweetly done. Mark McHugh once more, Frank.
Yeah, great point there. Mark's showing well.
He sure is. The kick out. Floated to the far side, Niall Morgan. Paddy Andrews was going to come up this evening to see how he's getting on in Ardara. Instead, Dick Clerkin takes up the running. Down to the far side he goes. And Petey Hart now from the Errigal Kieran club. Ball inside isn't one that he'll perhaps stick in the scrapbook. And Paddy McGrath with 100 plus appearances in the county jersey. To McLaughlin now. The Michaels man. Inside to Murphy once more. Finian Hanley doesn't realise the game is on. And Murphy comes back on to the right, down into the Atlantic Ocean. You could find that one out on Rowan Inish tomorrow evening. Michael finishing with style, and the Donegal side of 2012. I don't know what Pat was going through his head when he picked some of these lads. Granted, there are a few lads standing in. One of them there, Joe McMahon. Forward he goes. Oh, you're caught. Hughes giving it off, appealing for the free. Used to do that a lot in the down jersey too. The odd day that they'd be involved in a big match. And that one's gone wide. And they're notorious for that down in Ardara. You will not get a decision, but on this particular occasion, it's going to be a kick out for Durkin. He's just told the rules have changed since you played last, Paul. The Four Masters man getting ready down there, doing things at his own pace. McHugh available. Boyle is picking up McHugh now. Petey Hart and Lacey. And Kavanagh will rise for this. Aaron Kernan stays grounded like a Boeing 737. McHugh, forward he goes. Eamon Doherty coming across. Eamon opting to shadow rather than tackle. Interesting ploy. McLaughlin now to McFadden. Left peg. Morgan takes. Morgan staying in his goal a lot tonight, Petey. Lacey inside. And now Murphy sets off. Hanley shaking. Inside, useful 1-2. Almost came back to him. Joe McMahon there. Well, when he had the brother with him, Justin, they were a little bit meaner to Michael, but the friendly, isn't it?
Yeah, very cordial in there. Isn't it the same maybe cutting thrust as we might have seen in McCool Park and in different places over the year? But it's early days, and I'm sure we'll see Joe.
Here's Chrissy McCaig. You'd think that he'd be mad for football, having played in Division 4 for the season gone. They hung up the boots. Barry Monaghan's coming in, yeah. A round of applause for Bradley, please, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Stevie McDonald and Barry Monaghan also in there. Barry's given up using the Just for Men as McCaig comes forward to McDonald, Stevie from Killeavy to Bradley. Oh my God, they've slowed it down, something wild. And McCaig goes forward, and the Schlockneil man doing the business as Conor Mortimer and Finlay leave the action. And I expect we'll see them back. There's more in the tank there. What do you think?
More in the tank for those two lads, but I think Dr. Charlie McManus is en route them to check on Eamon Doherty there. Couple of hamstrings at the very least.
Eamon's in bother. Well, Daniel McLaughlin's in no bother. The scoreboard reading, 4 points for Donegal, 3 points for Pat's All-Stars. Pat wouldn't be too pleased with some of the kickouts that have been sent out here this evening. Were he with us? As Mark McHugh continues the run well. Stepped inside the tackle of Barry Monaghan. Goal on for Murphy! Saved, and brilliantly saved by Niall Morgan. And will they lock horns again in the summer? Who knows? But this is a historic and very special evening. And the organisers of this evening's event, particularly grateful to those of you that have travelled in very, very large numbers to be with us. Delighted to have your company as a change is made. And that looks like Enda Muldoon from Ballinderry is going to see his first taste of the action. And Michael Hegarty from just down the road in Kilcar will come in. Dick Clerkin making way. They still have an extra man on, but they'll rectify that in a moment. Useful kick out from Morgan to McMahon. This is good. Better from the All-Stars. Inside to Bradley. Neil McGee. Oh, Neil. That's so nice of you. He allowed Paddy to have that ball. Just completely took pity on him. And inside here's Hegarty. Hegarty on Durkin. What's going to be the outcome? Bang! Save from Durkin. Wonderful stuff from the Four Masters man. He's a fan club on the go down in the back of the goal. Those couple of years out in the Gulf haven't done him any harm, Frank.
Definitely. I'm just still coming to terms with how easy Neil McGee let Paddy Bradley pass them there.
I know. It's hard to believe. Line ball, Bradley. The Glenullen man. Stevie McDonald's made what could loosely be described as a run for him. McGee now steps back around the tackle of Muldoon. And McHugh. Kavanagh. McElhenney leaves it behind him, but gets it back. Him and McGee, blue and green boots tonight. And Murphy poking it forward for Lacey. And Lacey's going to make it. McCaig allows Lacey to have that. That's sweet. And oh, what a dive from that was unbelievable. That was real Premier League stuff. What do you call your man does that for United, Frank?
There's a few
Young, Ashley Young, is that him? Oh my word. Can't believe Carl Lacey actually did that. The 1-2, Morgan and McMahon, real exciting stuff. That's the way Mickey Hart's going to set up in 2019. Aaron Kernan now, the Crossmaglen man. Poking it forward to Boyle. McHugh chases. Oh, Brendan, let's go with a rocket. And if it hops twice, it might get as far as the line. But no, not quite the distance. McGee outside of the boot, straight to Peter Hart. And Peter inside to Bradley. Bradley turning into McDonald. They're mad to get a score for McDonald. McDonald shoots! Oh, what about that for a block? Wonderful stuff. And inside it goes. Bradley's going to punch it to the net. Bradley does the business. And in spite of the excellent block by Mark McHugh, Paddy Bradley gets the ball into the back of the net with a great assist from McDonald.
Yeah, more or less an instant impact from those two. Looking a bit more livelier now up front, and they've jumped ahead on the scoreboard. 2-point game.
It took the boys a little while to get to pay up to the pace of the game, but now they're motoring. Here's Kavanagh. Useful. Four to 4 now, and almost 14 minutes on the stopwatch. A couple of guys puffing and panting out there, Frank, finding it tough.
Yeah, big time hitting the corner, Mark, as you say, no sign of Daniel Morgan joining the play, and a little bit surprised with that there.
Yeah, as the ball is sent forward now, McDonald. This is good from McDonald. Taking up a good position. The attempted shoulder there from Paddy McGrath was more like a celebrity come dancing type step. as McLaughlin comes forward. McCaig salutes him. McHugh available. McLaughlin still. Inside now. Score on. Griffin goes for it. And for the second time in 60 seconds. Jimmy White's been out of controversy for the last 10 minutes or so, Frank. Here's young Harn. John of St. Eunan's.
Jimmy White's probably on duty tomorrow, so he's probably trying to save the legs. But very smart and intelligent refereeing.
Oh, my God, Frank, you're very politically correct this evening as Hegarty sends it inside to McDonald. This is nice. Stevie fumbles it. Stevie barrels through the tackle. Stevie hops it. Stevie carries it far too long. And Durkin again. Oh, my word, Paul Durkin. What a save. I was going to say there's no way by him, but 60 seconds ago there was. However, on that occasion, McDonald denied in some style. That was some save.
Unbelievable, Sean. There's Stephen McDonald rolling back the ears there, but Paul Durkin, what reactions down to his bottom right?
Absolutely. McDonald denied. And the contest coming to life now as Monaghan comes forward. The Four Masters man spraying it into the danger zone. And a bit like he did when he was a county player for many years, sends it out to the right and wide. He was good at those.
Paul, they're just wide there. Yeah, we'll not be too sore on him yet, Sean.
Indeed. 1-4. Barry's one of the good guys. Durkin gets ready with the kick out. And the Muldoon's out taking up a position in the middle of the park, praying that the kick out doesn't land anywhere near him. As Durkin goes very long indeed. Harn's in a good position, but Kavanagh takes it instead to Murphy. Finney and Hanley again, shadowing him. Hanley's on the ball. And Hanley kicks it forward to Hegarty. Has McManus available, does the wise thing, gives it to Connor. Connor takes up the running. Griffin was tracking Paddy Bradley. Neil McGee, Paddy Bradley once more. Oh, beautiful pick up from Bradley. Across to McDonald. This time he opts to try and, I thought he tried to lob the keeper, but it's Stevie has sent it over the bar. Sweet effort.
Of course, making a big impact, Stephen McDonald. Well impressed with him there. As you said, maybe he's not the fittest as he's ever been in his career, but he's certainly cute enough yet to move around there. But again, Neil McGee leaving it very easy for Paddy Bradley inside him there.
Yes, indeed. As Conor McManus is called ashore. Malachi O'Rourke, of course, has bigger plans for him over the course of the summer ahead. As Murphy takes up the running now. Inside the tackle of Kernan. Murphy, great save from Morgan. Morgan's on his game. The Eden Dork man flying in goal. Out to McCaig. Great ball forward from McCaig.
Peter McHugh.
Yeah, hometown captain Peter McHugh. Delighted to see him in the action this evening. You were saying that he lined out or came on for Ardara a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Peter, real club stalwart here. County star as well, vocational schools and different sides they got there. Very loyal servant, Ardara, Peter.
Lacey, 4-time All-Star. Sending a high one Murphy's direction. They're trying to recreate that goal from 2012. All we're missing is Kevin Keane falling on his arse and David Clark picking it out of the back of the net. Here's Lacey. To McHugh. McFadden now. Hungry for another score. Unselfishly back. It's with Griffin. Now McElhenney. And outside on the loop is Murphy. High and between the posts. Well, quality always endures.
Of course, Michael Murphy. We know all about Michael. Class act. And of course, Donegal captains. I think he set a record at this stage, 8-9 seasons. And it's no coincidence that Declan Bonner turned to him again.
As Raymond Sweeney now, the Dunlow man, sends it forward to Michael Hegarty. They soldiered together for a long time. Eamon McGee resisting the urge to clothesline Hegarty. Into Joyce. Joyce doesn't want to know. Joyce instead lets Daniel McLaughlin do the business at the centre of the field. Lacey now. And I know the young people have been encouraged to bring a ball and that Michael Murphy and Conor McManus will allow them to help them out with some coaching over the course of half-time and indeed a warm down after the game. So that's all going to be fun. We have a Q&A in the clubhouse here later on this evening and then we're up in the Nesbitt tonight for fun and frolics. Back working hard inside his own 45 is Murphy. McCaig almost cutting out the pass to McLaughlin. McHugh wants it. Forward it goes, but Morgan reads it beautifully. And it's sprayed out to Hegarty. What can Hegarty do here? He's given it forward fairly effectively now. Keen to get going. They've released Fiddy and Hanley to the attack, and that was a move perhaps that we should have seen coming. Malachy O'Rourke has been taking stock of the options in front of him. Damien Diver advising there as well. That's an interesting one.
The pace is definitely slowing down. What happens when you empty your bench in the first quarter? On the second quarter, those substitutes are tired. So I don't know what both managers are going to do here now.
Neil McGee wanted a goal, but Neil McGee doesn't get on this occasion. And that one, no hesitation. And the umpire signalling that did indeed go out wide. The All-Stars 2 points to the good after 20 minutes of play. 1-5 to 6 points. John Harn now to Peter. Peter kicks it forward to Joyce. Former All-Ireland winning captain. Inside. And this is good stuff. Joyce knocks McGee out of his row. Joyce is going to score unselfishly to McHugh. But McHugh has made a hymns of it. Peter McHugh, oh my word. How will he walk down the main street in Ardara for the next 12 months after that miss? Desperate stuff from McHugh. And Joyce did everything for him. McLaughlin, great one inside. Murphy's going to get under it. Morgan does well. McFadden's going to goal. McFadden, yes! A McFadden-McHugh combo. And the referee has said square ball. Oh my word. He's courting controversy.
A big call, Sean. A big call.
Well, Mark McHugh, the neighbour from Killybegs, has ruled out the Kilcar man's goal. McFadden did everything but put it into the net. And there's merit there. McFadden perhaps should have taken it on himself. Another sweet one from Joyce. Lacey cuts it out. McHugh tackling. The ball from Lacey's loose. Harn almost in there. Donegal's most decorated club footballer. His own words, I can barely read his writing here. He's given me a few things that he wants read out over the course of the match. St. Eunan's stalwart and wonderful exponent of Gaelic games as Griffin shoots. Griffin scores. And McCaig calling for the line. Some big guns down there yet. Anxious to get back in. Hughes, Clerkin, McManus, Finlay, Mortimer. Will Mortimer be let back on, I wonder? What do you think, Frank?
I think we'll give them the interchanges here are happening pretty quickly. The pace is killing some of them, man. We prayed for good weather. Maybe it's the good weather that's sapping the energies out there.
More energy than some of the boys out here today as Peter McHugh kicks and Peter McHugh scores. Sweet effort from Peter McHugh and just what his side needed. 8 minutes or thereabouts. I don't know if they'll play the 35. It might be more a 30-minute half, but that's at the referee's discretion. And Durkin getting ready. Long kick out. It's a sweet one from Durkin. Harn and McHugh. McHugh breaks it. Petey Hart comes across. And Rory Kavanagh is gentle in the tackle. Sweeney to Harn. Face it up, Rory. It's coming at you. Harn now. Nice ball inside to MacDonald. MacDonald. And Stevie, the left peg is sweet to Sweeney. The left peg isn't so sweet. And Sweeney sends that a mile wide.
We got the wrong Sweeney brother. Adrian will definitely fix that.
Well, Raymond, I don't know what Pat was thinking when he picked this particular side. But he went for Raymond. And I don't know if Adrian's with us here this evening. But Durkin gets ready. Harn leaving for Dick Clerkin. And Paddy McGrath picking up the short kick out. Wherever you're tuned into us this evening on Sky Sports, the red button, you can get commentary in Irish. Yellow button, you can silence Frank Craig. That would be a very wise decision too. White button, if there is such a thing. I can talk to you in French. Here's Haggerty. Beats Jimmy White, and that's about all he's beaten this evening. Forward to McHugh. Murphy's tracking back. Eamon McGee doesn't know what to do. Instead, Clerkin's going to make a hymns of it. No. Back to MacDonald. What's he going to do? Oh, that's silly out solo dummy again. Out to Raymond Sweeney. Right foot. Score from Raymond. Good stuff from Raymond Sweeney. And you have to wonder at times, Stevie MacDonald's decision making, Frank. Ginny, it's very, very poor.
Actually, I'm pretty impressed with it, Sean. Porrick Joyce and Stephen McDonald's gone in there and they've shown cuteness can still trump legs a lot of the time. And just the two guys inside using their heads. And of course, Peter McHugh and different lads been there at the end of it. Just shows you class is definitely permanent.
Here's Danny Hughes. leaping, trying to cut out Eamon McGee's pass, but McGee and McGrath combined, the cornerbacks from 2012. Well, Eamon was also in around the edge of the square a lot. Here's Murphy, beating Petey Hart at ease, chipping it over the top to Kavanagh. Nicely cut out. Raymond is back there. And now Petey. Oh, delightful ball out to the far side to Dick Clerkin. And Clerkin's going to go long. The Curran man to Joyce. This is good. Joyce inside. Stevie McDonald's available. Oh, Neil McGee there looked into his eyes, and Stevie thought twice. I've work on Monday morning. In fact, I could have work in June and July as well, and I mightn't be going if I go into that tackle. Did the wise thing, didn't he?
Without a doubt, when you see Neil McGee coming at you like that there, the best thing to do is just get out of the way, as Stephen O'Neill famously found out that time, 2013.
Stevie O'Neill, was he invited down this evening? He said if Neil McGee was playing, no chance. Colin McFadden out to the far side. To Lacey now once more. Lacey blazes it across the face of goal. We've apologies for Eamon O'Hara. He's on a Stewart's course, I think, up in Croke Park this evening. Very annoyed about some of the actions last week when Tom Parsons wasn't allowed on the field. Here's Hegarty. And Hegarty out to Clerkin. The All-Stars now growing into this contest. They know there's refreshments and hospitality. Nice individual score. And well he might. He didn't have a lot of options inside. There wasn't a lot of movement for him. 2-8 to 7 points now. The All-Stars beginning to exert a real hold on this game.
Starting, yeah, as you say, looking for a bit of movement inside there. But when the thatches is bare and the sides are as white, and you're not going to get that much movement from those two boys.
Frank does a bit of roofing in his spare time as well. Durkin to Murphy. Mark taken. Sprayed forward. McElhenney now. The Michaels man. Lacey available. This is good. McFadden and Barry Monaghan mopping up well. Barry's retirement coinciding with a golden age for Donegal football. Mortimer now, whose retirement coincided with a golden era for Mayo. And inside Dirk. Oh, what in the what is Durkin doing there? He looked like a drummer. As Neil McGee does the business. Sending it to McGrath. This is all very routine. Is there more in Donegal in the second half, you have to wonder, Frank?
Definitely. I think just some of those lads are just holding them back and saving a bit of energy in reserve.
For Beecher's Brook. And here we go. Griffin to McElhenney. That's as fast as I've seen him run in a good while. And the pass out over the end line. Yeah, there's a couple of lads that are definitely here to enjoy the old weekend. And well, they might. We've got a vintage tractor run in the town tomorrow. We're the Nesbitt Arms on later on. We've a Q&A, a talk panel with some of these stars, All-Stars, All-Ireland winners, and heroes aplenty that have come to us. Here's Clerkin. Speaking of heroes, Clerkin off the left. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. No need to revert to Hawkeye on that occasion. And Dick Clerkin off the mark. 1-8. That goal that was put up in error earlier. Somebody performing a few stunts on the scoreboard that aren't required.
Yeah, 2 minutes to half time, Sean. And it's a 3-point game, 4-point game actually. So I would say Jimmy's not going to pay too much more than the allocated 30.
Yes, here's Eamon McGee. Here's Daniel McLaughlin. There was Barry Monaghan. He was going to tackle. The legs just wouldn't allow him. And outside, sweep from Kavanagh. And Rory doing what Rory does best. Still in good fettle, young Kavanagh, isn't he, Frank?
Without a doubt. An athlete, Rory Kavanagh, still looks like he could do a job there, no bother.
Stevie MacDonald, Lacey coming. And Stevie, who enjoyed great days against Donegal defences in the noughties. Mortimer's on to this one. Peter McHugh wanted it. Mortimer says, make your run out to the wing. Connor shoots and Connor scores. Useful effort from Connor Mortimer restores the 4-point advantage as we almost are at the half hour.
Yeah, minute out from half time. See Brenton Boyle coming back in here. Paul Finlay coming back into the equation as well.
Yes, indeed. Barry Monaghan being called out of the action. Barry's a bit flushed looking.
A wee bit red around the gills, but this is half time. I'm sure a bit of water, a bit of refreshments, Barry, a bit grand for Act 2.
There is a defibrillator up in the village. Is there one down here at the pitch as well?
There is, but I wouldn't be breaking the glass just yet.
Well, Barry begs to differ. Dr. Charlie McManus also on standby, great friend of our late buddy, Pat Shovelin. Ethan, Tom, Chrissy, Margaret and the Shovelin family. Delighted to have them all here this evening on this glorious occasion. Peter McHugh, great ball to Mortimer, takes it cleanly. Murphy comes across. Enda Muldoon. That's just Enda's second touch. Not getting great value from Enda this evening. Mortimer shot. That's more like him. That's more like him. Out to the right and wide. What about Enda Muldoon's performance, Frank?
He's getting on plenty of balls, Sean.
He's the number 10.
Yeah, he's an Enda Muldoon / Race Winner. We were getting those two lads mixed up, but I can confirm number 10 is definitely Enda Muldoon.
Yeah, well, the difference being Raymond is wearing a white undergarment, Enda isn't. And ladies and gentlemen, if you'd give them a generous round of applause, your Donegal All-Ireland winners of 2012 versus Pat Shovelin's All-Star Select here in Pearse Memorial Park in Kentucky, Ardara this evening. Back to you at full second of solicitors' letters in the second half in about 12 minutes or thereabouts.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. Just wanted to send you a quick message on this very special day from all the McGuinnesses here in North Carolina. I know that it's a very lonely day in many respects, but I know that Pat would be very happy today and very honoured today. And I want to congratulate everybody and all the work that they've done, having been following it on WhatsApp. It's been amazing, the work that has been done in terms of the preparations. And I hope everybody has a really, really great day. I know he will be looking down on us today and he would be very, very proud. Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. Just wanted to send you a quick message on this very special day.
Tonight, I'm sure Gavin's made a great job organising everything and the rest of the family as well. Hope you all have a great night, enjoy the game as well, and a dinner and a few beers, because that's what Pat would have wanted. Sorry I can't be there, I'm at Brentford at the minute here. We just drew 3-3, but I'm there in spirit, as will Pat. Have a great night and enjoy the occasion. Alright, cheers guys. Hi guys, sorry I can't be there tonight. I'm sure
North Carolina. I know that it's a very lonely day in many respects, but I know that Pat would be very happy today and very honoured today. And I want to congratulate everybody and all the work that they've done, having been following it on WhatsApp. It's been amazing, the work that has been done in terms of the preparations, and I hope everybody has a really, really great day. I know he will be looking down on us today and he would be very, very proud.
Made a great job organising everything, and the rest of the family as well. Hope you all have a great night, enjoy the game as well, and a dinner and a few beers, because that's what Pat would have wanted. Sorry I can't be there, I'm at Brentford at the minute here. We just drew 3-3, but I'm there in spirit, as will Pat. Have a great night, and enjoy the occasion. Alright, cheers guys.
from our vantage point on the gallery at Pearse Memorial